You clicked. I am honored. And I don't even have any advertising to do, so there. I do have examples of the ratio test to do so that we can show some examples that help us illustrate how the ratio test works. Does the sum of 3 to the n plus 5 over 5 to the n plus 3 converge? Now, at least this one we have some intuition on. We're pretty sure that we could do a limit comparison with 3 to the n over 5 to the n. And if we did a limit comparison with 3 to the n over 5 to the n, I'm pretty sure we'd figure out that that does converge. So at least we expect the answer to be yes. So let's set up the ratio test. The ratio test says we take the limit at infinity of the n plus 1th term divided by the nth term. And we try to figure out what that limit is. Well, this limit is the same as this limit. That's just swapping denominators. There's no problem there. Well, this fraction goes to 3, and this fraction goes to 1/5. Is 3/5 less than 1? You betcha. This series converges by the ratio test. It absolutely does. So what about the sum of n squared over n factorial? We take the limit at infinity of the n plus 1th term over the nth term. And we ask what happens. Well, we know that n factorial and n plus 1 factorial leave behind an n plus 1. And we know that n plus 1 squared over n squared, this is n squared blah, blah, blah. That's n squared no blah, blah, blah. This ratio goes to 1 as n goes to infinity. So rho is the limit as n approaches infinity of 1 over n plus 1. And that's 0, which is less than 1. And so this series converges by the ratio test. Converges by the ratio test. I have one more. How about the sum as n goes from 1 to infinity of 3n factorial over 27 to the n times n factorial times n plus 1 factorial times n plus 2 factorial? Well, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. What's rho? It's a big old fraction is what that is. The n plus 1th term, denominator a little bit easier to figure. N plus 1th term, 3 times n plus 1, that's 3n plus 3, right? And then we divide by the nth term. So what happens? Well, 27 to the n, 27 to the n plus 1 leaves behind a 27. The n factorial and the n plus 1 factorial leave behind an n plus 1. The n plus 1 factorial and the n plus 2 factorial leave behind an n plus 2. The n plus 2 factorial and n plus 3 factorial leave behind an n plus 3. The 3n factorial and the 3n plus 3 factorial leave behind 3 terms. So what happens as n gets large? Well, the numerator is 27n cubed blah, 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 and the denominator is 27n cubed blah, blah, blah. That's 1. The ratio test is inconclusive. We don't know from the ratio test what to do with this. Can't always, right? Take a moment, hit the pause button, see if you can decide if these series converge. In about 5 minutes of video time, we'll show some, I'm sorry, in about 5 seconds of video time, we'll show some answers. Hopefully these are the answers that you got. For the series in blue, the row turns out to be 0. And for the series in green, row turns out to be 3/2. 3/2 is bigger than 1. Hopefully these are good examples to flesh out how the ratio test works, and we will see you in class to gain even further understanding.